Give me the rock. Because my name's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I'm a fantasy sports addict.
And my name is Ryan.
Howdy, Ryan.
Howdy. And I, too, am a fantasy sports addict.
So today, we're here. We're talking round ball. We're talking hoops. We're talking fantasy NBA, fantasy basketball.
All right.
We're just going to do, an early season, an early draft. But we thought, let's talk about, since we went through our rankings, who's late in the draft that is worth mentioning? Who are you targeting?
We jumped on. We've done a couple mock drafts, and we actually did a couple regular drafts too. So we got a pretty good idea about, rankings and who's going where. It's obviously going to change closer to the season, but right now you're just excited. Woo!
Oh,
you jump into a league with maybe not doing all your homework yet, and you're getting towards the later picks, like 10th pick, or
anything past pick 100.
Yeah, 100 was just our cutoff. Let's say you're going through, oh shit, I don't got a point guard, or man, my bigs are small.
Your bigs are small?
I need some more bigs.
Oh man, if your bigs are small, this is the perfect video for you to watch. Okay, so we're just gonna go position by position, basically 5-ish players per person here. Guys you might want to just file away, keep tucked into your little secret stash of like, oh, I should get that guy.
Because you never know how drafts are going to go and all that. There's runs, and you might find yourself later in the draft needing a particular position filled or just depth at that position.
I hate it when I have the runs personally. Just let it hang, all right. No, seriously though. I hate when I have the runs.
No, I also hate when you have the runs, but I also hate when there's runs of certain positions and you miss it all and then you're screwed.
Right, so that's why we're going to go position by position. Having the runs.
All right.
Okay, so that's why we're going to go position by position.
Who's your number 2?
I'm not ready to talk about my number 2 yet.
All right, let's start with number 1.
I want to talk about the number 1. Not who number 2 works for. God damn it, we totally derailed that.
All right.
It's going well.
Who's your point guard?
Okay, so after pick 100, there's a couple of point guards that kind of right there on that edge. I mean, the earliest after 100 is Trey Burke. Dante Exum's out for the year, and I'm also going to handcuff him with Burks, because Burke and Burks, somewhere in between there, maybe you got a point guard.
So you talked about your 1 and 2?
I didn't talk about my number 2 yet. I was just...
Isn't Burks your shooting guard, or...?
No, well, he has point guard eligibility, so...
Okay.
And that, that flex is nice.
For me, again, this pick kind of depends on your team, but I still like Rajon Rondo. He's going just after 100 as well. Change of scenery. Obviously, Dallas was a horrible disaster and kind of is a prima donna, all that. But Sacramento is just so dysfunctional. It just might work, and maybe he respects George Karl and has a great year. But that's only if you're punting free throws, not too worried about turnovers or field goal percentage. So he kind of fits a specific team.
Do you have a safer point guard at that point?
Yeah, Reggie Jackson. Dude just got the money. He got paid. He's running Detroit, and I think he's going to do good. Okay.
Who does number 2 work for? Your number 2. Like I said, Alec Burks. I'll handcuff Burke and Burks. I'm waiting for McLemore. Like, this feels like, you got your Rondo. Maybe Rondo can, kind of help McLemore. He's shown he's like a good roto player, but he's like a good, bench roto player. And I keep waiting for the scoring. So hopefully the scoring, the Ray Allen comparisons, maybe they'll come out this year.
Okay. For my shooting guard, shooting guard's kind of tricky because a lot of the good ones are ranked above 100, and after 100 there's quite a bit of a drop-off. I like CJ McCollum. Portland lost a lot of talent. Someone's going to have to step up and contribute on offense, either playing the 2 next to Lillard, backing him up at the 1, He's going to get 25 to 30 minutes, and he's going to do good.
All right, number 3, your small forward. You've got another Portland option here, right?
I do. Alfred Camino. Per 30 minutes, his stats are awesome. He's one of those glue guys, gets you a little bit of everything with a lot of defense. So around 130, maybe a little bit before, I take him.
Okay, my safe small forward, being a guy who's probably going to get minutes and just by lack of competition around him, good threes, good percentages, Bojan Bogdanovic. I think that's how you say his name anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bojan. But if you want to get exciting,
Bojan Bogdanovic.
Well, however you say it. But so if you really want to get exciting here and wait and go deep on a small forward, I like Stanley Johnson. Again, the U of A thing. We're from Arizona. U of A is kind of a basketball powerhouse. This guy, he's got the offensive upside. They're Detroit, similar scenario to Dallas or maybe, I don't know, just dysfunction. So there's reasons that this guy has opportunity to shine.
Okay, I agree with that. I mean, Marcus Morris isn't going to keep him from getting minutes.
No.
Going to power forward, I like Nikolai Mirotic.
Mirotic.
Highly
erotic. His threes.
His beard is pretty erotic.
It is. Okay, so the Bulls, small forward, power forward. Yeah, okay, I like that. Again, he fits in with the Bojan or whatever. These guys whose names we can't say. My power forward of choice after pick 100, and I'm probably going to reach a little bit to take this guy. I really like Julius Randle. I mean, we saw exactly half a game from him last season, but at worst, I feel like he has 10 and 10 written all over him, and just the talk, just how much of a beast he is, and he's a beast supposedly, and I love hype and rookies and sophomores and hype. Woo! Yeah, so Randall's my power forward after pick 100.
Okay, that's a good pick. I'm sticking in LA actually for my center. I'm going with Roy Hibbert.
Okay.
Again, he's kind of a cheat for after pick 100 because I don't think he's going to be there or actually last past 100. But if he does, I like Roy Hibbert. He gets you lots of blocks and pretty decent rebounds, and he doesn't hurt you with free throw percentage.
No, I mean the field goal percentage is a little bit lacking.
For center, yeah, but for what you get and what you're paying, I think Hibbert has a hell of a lot of upside, and changing scenery is going to be real good for him.
Oh yeah, and you love your idea of comboing Rondo and Hibbert, I'm sure. It's very fitting for your style of teams.
I like my defensive players.
Right. Well, all right. So there's 3 centers I think that are, more than 3, but the whole point of this is that there are plenty of front court options after pick 100, okay? So the 3 guys I like, I mean, Kaminsky, he's not a guy I'm super high on personally, but he's getting minutes. There's a lot of supposed upside. I don't know. I mean, why not take a flyer on Kaminsky? Power forward center. The guy I really want late in drafts as a center, myself, is Miles Turner. You've talked about him, Miles Turner. If he doesn't move up draft boards, there's something wrong. I mean, again, if he can run and chew bubblegum at the same time, you're going to get nothing but at least rebounds and blocks at worst. So,
I mean, Roy Hibbert, he's filling in for him and taking on pretty much the same role.
Okay, it's a guy that I personally would like to have. I don't know. I mean, the last ditch, barely there. Oh man, my bigs aren't big
league,
enough.
Or you're stacking them.
Yusuf or Jusuf, I don't know. Yusuf Nurkic. Nurkic, I don't know. Denver center.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, he had a very limited sample size last year, but the rebounds, there was a little bit of blocks. It wasn't amazing, but he's a starting center, and if you forgot to load up your front court, you can still get a center late in the draft. That's the point.
Absolutely.
So these are just our ideas about picking after 100. You may have other ideas. Feel free to give us some feedback about that. I like some of my options. I like some of your options.
I like my options better than his.
Well, but we draft different teams, and at the end of the day, I think we'll see how that stacks out. I usually win. I win. All right, you puff on that because you don't win. I'm going to do the Fantasy Sports Serenity Prayer to close this out. Fantasy gods.
Fantasy guy!
Please grant me the serenity to take Ryan to school in fantasy basketball.
Not gonna happen.
I mean, set good lineups. Courage to add drop aggressively to beat Ryan's teams into oblivion. And wisdom
to know when you're full of shit.
No, I was going to say make good trades to pound Ryan's teams into the ground.
Woo!
Whoa! Yeah, fantasy hoops, baby. If you're not drafting a fantasy hoops team yet, you might be a little smarter than we are. It's early, but
Also,
get out there.
If you're looking for a Hoops League to get into, we have openings in our Fantasy Sports Addicts inaugural Fantasy Hoops League.
All you have to do is reach out on our website, fantasysportsaddicts.com. Hit us up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, at FSAA. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram.
Sort of.
Stitcher. iTunes.
iTunes, yes.
You can search Fantasy Sports is not a crime because fantasy sports is not a crime, but all over the internet, we're there. And you can help us legalize fantasy sports in the state of Arizona. So please do that.
Please help us out. Thanks for watching, and good luck.
We'll see you in the Hoops Leagues.
Woo!
Hoops Draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Suns, baby.
Ow!
Oh, hey.
Throw at the camera. No.
Oh, no.
Not gonna do it.